Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for tuning back in. I hope you guys have been enjoying my YouTube shorts. They've been completely blowing up. I've been getting over 100,000 views on every single one that I post. So thank you. I hope you're enjoying them. Little fun facts about Batman Arkham, Batman, Gotham Knight, Suicide Squad, Killed the Justice League, all of those sort of things. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on to catch all of those things. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, as everybody knows, and we're getting pretty damn close thanks to all of these shorts. So thank you guys so much for all the support on the videos lately, and for the newcomers who have joined the channel. I've gained thousands of subscribers just in the past couple of days, or in the past week rather. So super excited for everyone new to be joining the channel. I wanted to talk today about Suicide Squad, Killed the Justice League, and Gotham Knights at DC Fandom 2021, which is hitting the stage on October 16th. And I wanted to give you my predictions, which, as anyone that's followed my channel for any extent of time knows, is not worth very much. I am wrong on almost every prediction. For instance, I thought that Gotham Knights would have come out years ago. You know, I've been wrong at pretty much every single turn in terms of when we would be getting a future game from DC. But with that being said, I do have a bold prediction for DC Fandom 2021 on October 16th, and that is that I really do feel it's going to be a big day for DC fans. And what I mean by that is I think that they're going to go big with Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I do anticipate that we will see both gameplay and another cinematic trailer from both titles. So I don't think that we're just going to get a little bit of content from both of these games. I do think that with Gotham Knights in particular, the community manager on the Discord server just posted about how we're going to learn more about the story and the Court of Owls in particular. So we're going to learn about the main villain of the game, the Court of Owls, and more about the plot more broadly speaking. In addition to that, I do anticipate we'll see more gameplay. That's just given the fact that they showed us gameplay a year ago. And so we're a year closer to release. There's no reason to believe that we will not get more gameplay from that game as well. Now, Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League is a bit of a different equation because we don't have gameplay for it just yet. But I think they're going to lean heavily upon that, because one thing that I've noticed is that many fans are trepidatious to get overly excited for this title. And I think a big reason for that is it doesn't necessarily feel like the next logical progression for Rocksteady to go from Batman into Suicide Squad. It seems like going from A-list to B-list in terms of tier. I personally, could have seen them go more towards the Superman route. But with that being said, I think that one thing that Rocksteady's known for and is exceptional at is gameplay. I would put Insomniac and Rocksteady, and I said this recently on Evan Falarka's channel, who's obviously big into the Spider-Man community and the Spider-Man fan base, but I even said on his channel that I think Insomniac and Rocksteady are tied at number one for gameplay in superhero video games, and maybe even gaming more broadly. I mean, like, Rocksteady's gameplay is incredible in the Batman Arkham franchise, and Insomniac's gameplay in Ratchet & Clank and Spider-Man PS4 are incredible as well. So not to make it a competition between the two, but I say all of that to say that I think one of Rocksteady's strengths, truly their strengths, is gameplay. And I think that people will be a lot more excited for the game if they actually show us what the game plays and looks like. Because inherently, if I hear, a new Suicide Squad movie's coming out, I'm like, okay, I'm excited, but not overly so. I'm not losing my mind with hype, right? Same thing with the Suicide Squad new comic. Like, I'm excited to read the new run. Suicide Squad's cool, but they're a B-list team. They're just under that top tier. But Batman or Superman or one of these properties obviously is in the A tier. And I think for this game to really sell and compare with Batman Arkham in terms of reach and all of that, they need to show us a couple of things. I mean, two things primarily. One, they need to show us that this game does something different than the Arkham games, and it does something better than the Arkham games. And I do think that this game can have more fun gameplay than Batman Arkham. That might sound crazy to some people, but the reality of it is we're going to have a versatility of being able to play between King Shark and Harley Quinn and all of these other characters. And even DLC will become involved, and you can play as other characters as well, almost this Overwatch-esque shooter game, which should be exceptionally fun with DC-branded characters like Harley Quinn, King Shark, Deadshot, and others. And I do think that that is going to be a huge selling point for the game, is that the gameplay is going to be exceptionally fun. Imagine Overwatch, but with better gameplay for its characters, right? And that's nothing against Overwatch. It's just everything in favor of Rocksteady. They're so damn good. And that's what I really anticipate seeing, frankly, from this game. at DC fandom. Now, as for Gotham Knights, a little bit, I do really feel as though we're going to get more gameplay from that title as well, and chiefly because this game is fast-tracked to come out before Rocksteady's game, and we can anticipate to see this in Q1 or Q2, whereas the Suicide Squad game will probably be a Q4 title. So I think that Gotham Knights also is in a little bit of a precarious situation as it pertains to hype and excitement around the game. Maybe not to the extent of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I've consistently run polls amongst my community, which is obviously one of the largest in the space, and I don't say that to brag about myself. I just mean that my channel is one of the largest when it comes to superhero video game content, and I've been running a lot of polls that thousands of people have voted in. And consistently what I've seen is that many people are excited for Gotham Knights, and many people are excited for Spider-Man PS4. That's consistently what I've seen in my polls on my Twitter and on YouTube. And I've also consistently seen a lull as it pertains to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League in terms of hype, of fans selecting it as their most anticipated superhero video game. And Rocksteady has a more proven track record than W Montreal. W Montreal's made one AAA game in 15 years. Unless you include Lego Legends Chimey or whatever the hell it was. But in reality, Rocksteady has a much more proven track record, but the IP of Gotham Knights is more exciting for the average fan. For the average fan. Maybe not for you, but for the average person. Just existing in Gotham and the Bat family universe is just more appealing to most people. So I say all this to say that Rocksteady really needs to come out and show some gameplay. They really, really need to come out and show that this game is going to have better gameplay than Gotham Knights. And I do think that's the case. I don't think you can even debate that. I mean, I think that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will have better gameplay than Gotham Knights. The Gotham Knights gameplay looks to be something of a mix between Avengers Project and Arkham. It's better than Avengers Project, so I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that it's not as good as Arkham. It's somewhere in that middle ground, that like upper 25 percentile, but not quite to the Arkham caliber or Spider-Man PS4 caliber. And frankly, again, not to beat a dead horse, but there was certainly a case to be made for this game to take place within the Batman Arkham franchise and carry on the Batman Arkham gameplay and combat style. Why would that make sense? Well, it makes sense because this game literally picks up where Arkham Knight ends. Arkham Knight ends with Batman seemingly dying, but not actually dying, and then the Bat family are the last alive. Alfred, Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson, all of these characters. And that's literally where this game starts, is with an explosion that Batman dies in, quote-unquote dies, but he's still alive, and then the Bat family is, holding down the fort for him. So this is like Batman Arkham Knight 2, and it's not taking place in the Arkham universe. Am I fine with it? Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it being in its own universe. I think it's an odd decision, frankly. But if they had continued that, they could have just had the same gameplay as Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson and Nightwing in that universe and carried it on. But there are advantages for them doing their own thing. One, they're not going to be bound to the writing of Rocksteady, which got particularly problematic, I guess. I hate using that word, but it's kind of problematic in Batman Arkham Knight, where the writing just wasn't fantastic, frankly. I mean, it's just that simple. But I still think that people should be more excited for the game, and I hope that when we see more gameplay, fans will get more excited. And with Gotham Knights, I think hype has fizzled off a little bit for that as well. That tends to happen when you go silent for a year, and I'm not, actually 14 months technically, and I'm not blaming them for that. That's their right to do. But is it necessarily wise per se as a marketing strategy? No. But with that being said, it's all going to culminate on this big day. We're 3 weeks away. I'm super thrilled to see, less than 3 weeks away. I'm super thrilled to see that DC is making this a regular thing, and they're saving putting all of their eggs in this basket. Obviously, typically you wouldn't want to do that, but in this case, I think it makes a lot of sense because I'm damn excited for this event. And this has become my most anticipated event because E3 and Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, they don't even show anything anymore. Like DC and Disney have their own, Warner Brothers and Disney have their own events now, which is fine. It just makes those other events kind of irrelevant. But that makes, for me personally, DC Fandom my most anticipated event of the year, and I'm super excited. Don't forget, guys, I will be live streaming. I'm going to schedule that live stream here shortly so you can turn on notifications. We'll be hanging out for all 4 hours of the action-packed event, and I'll see you guys there. Don't forget to turn on notifications, and see you guys in the next video. Peace out.